Ever think about these logos on your plastics before? Here's why you should. They tell you what kind of plastic a product is made from. Not all plastics are created equal, and not everything you put in your blue bin actually gets recycled. In fact, plastics number 1 and 2 are recycled significantly more than the other types. Types 1 and 2 are used in products like water bottles, peanut butter jars, shampoo bottles, gallon jugs, and a lot of other things that are parts of our everyday lives. These plastics are more easily sorted and melted into pellets. The other plastics, while we still use them and sometimes throw them into the blue bin, are more difficult to recycle and turn back into raw material due to their chemical composition, coloring, or unusual shapes.
So there is some waste generated when it comes to recycling plastics, but that largely tends to vary based on what kind of plastic we're talking about. So for example, if you were to give me a kilogram of fizzy bottle drinks, they're predominantly made from a polymer called polyethylene terephthalate, and that polymer is readily recycled, particularly for bottles. There's something called a closed loop bottle to bottle recycling scheme, where the PET bottle is recycled into another PET bottle, so it's quite efficient, that system. But if we look at the whole fizzy drink bottle, you have the lid on the top and the little ring that sits just below the lid. These aren't made from PET, these are made from a different plastic such as polypropylene or high density polyethylene, and they have to be recycled separately from the PET. So from that initial 1 kilogram, there is some loss as the whole material isn't polyethylene terephthalate. Another issue concerning the bottles is the labels. The labels themselves are made from a multi-layer material, and there are particular challenges these days when it comes to recycling those materials. So overall there is some loss associated when it comes to recycling, but it's about 5 to 10% broadly speaking.
Plastic products and wastes contain a variety of polymers, long-chain molecules, which could be reused many times if only we could identify and recover them individually. This isn't easy for conventional sorting systems, even with mixed single plastics. Different polymers are formed together or with other materials to meet performance demands.
Adaptable plastics provide safety, comfort and convenience in many aspects of everyday life. Precisely engineered products like multi-layer packaging films and fibre-reinforced thermoplastic composites combine the useful properties of different materials in ways that a single material design can't always match. Once their useful working life is over, however, these multi-materials present a particular challenge to current recycling methods, since they contain different plastics, polymers and other materials intimately bound together. It's not possible to separate them using established mechanical sorting approaches.
In particular, mixed plastic streams. This is a common challenge for any recycling strategy because almost all recycled plastics contain impurities, and those impurities render the final material less valuable with less total applications that you can use them for. This is critical in general plastic recycling, as well as some materials that are nearly impossible to recycle or very economically unfriendly to recycle because they inherently contain multiple plastics embedded within them. One common example is multi-layer films. We use multi-layer films in meat packaging and cereal bags, as well as a variety of other applications. These are technologically superior to a single type of plastic because you have layers that, for example, don't allow the oxygen to permeate through and extend the shelf life of the meat, for example. And as great as this is, the multiple layers render them more challenging to recycle.